going to install a 67 Designs dash mount for Phone and GoPro today. This is what I have right now, and it's rugged ridge, and I've had this for years. Really inexpensive, but the phone mount, if you're off-road and you hit some bumps, it pretty much ejects the phone out of that mount. And even when you're on the street, if you hit a pothole, it'll throw the phone out. And the GoPro mount does a lot of vibrating. And I even put this little white rubber insert in there to try to alleviate some of the vibration. But the way the mount is made, it really doesn't seem to be designed at all to try to reduce vibration, to absorb vibration. Now, the 67 Designs, I think, will do a much better job at holding the iPhone, and we'll have multiple mounts. We'll have 3 mounts with the 67, so we'll have a place to mount the GoPro and 2 phones. But I'm not really crazy optimistic that it will do anything to help the vibration. We're on a fire road right now, and I'll turn the GoPro on. And I mean, if it's a fairly level road, it does a pretty good job. But if it's got any washboard or whatever, rough surface, it vibrates pretty bad. And you can try to stabilize it using, when you edit, but it can be pretty rough. And like I said, we're just on a fire road right now, 3N14. And so we're gonna find a spot down here, and we're gonna put on the 67 Design mount. And it should only take, about 15 minutes to get it on. Pretty easy installation. So let's find a nice spot over here and get started. This is the 67 Designs dashboard mount for 2 phones and a GoPro. So this is the mount itself. It also comes with an Allen wrench, and it has one of the ball mounts with it. And then there's 2 more mounts that came with the package. And I'm not sure what that is. I think it is a keychain / beer opener, but that might be my bias towards beer. I'm not sure. So everything's pretty nicely packaged. It's one of the phone mounts. Second phone mount. This is the mount for the GoPro. And here's one of the arms. And the second arm. So you need an arm for each of the phone mounts, and the GoPro mount just mounts on the trackball, so you don't need an arm for it, unless you want to call this an arm. All right, so here are all the component parts to the 67 Designs, and the only tool that's not included that you'll need is a 7mm socket. All right, this is the rugged ridge phone and GoPro mount that I mentioned, and I'll put it up on the screen. I don't know that they still make the exact same one. It looks a little bit different, but as I said before, the phone mount does not work well in terms of when it hits a bump, either off-road or even on the street. The phone often comes out, and we get quite a bit of vibration on the GoPro. So pretty simple to come off. Just loosen that up, take the mount off. So that's the mount for the GoPro. And the phone. This mounts on the defrost vent, but first you have to take a screw out, and that's the 7mm screw. So you take your little tray out, and the way this is designed, the screw that is the factory screw goes through their mount. Decided to put some gloves on because it's a little cold out here. So this is the factory screw. Just need to back that out to get the old mount off. So this is the 7mm screw. And I'm going to put that somewhere down here where I don't lose it. And then after you've done that, you can get this off. So in the box, it did not have printed instructions, but it did have a card with a QR code. And I looked at that. It has 8 different steps on it. And one of them was not cleaning this tray. They didn't mention anything about cleaning the tray. I'm going to clean it with a Clorox disinfectant cleaner because mine has dirt in it. We ride around with the windows down on trails and the vehicle is very dirty everywhere. Now, I know from applying other 3M products, particularly vinyl lettering, they tell you not to use any chemicals to clean the surface that the adhesive's going to go on. So I'm going to wipe this with water after I clean it with this disinfectant to try to neutralize any chemicals that might be on here. Now I just have a paper towel with some water on it. I'm going to wipe it down really well and then let it dry for a couple of minutes. Okay, so it goes on like this, and this hole right here, you put the factory 7mm screw through. What they recommend on the 67 Designs website is to do a dry fit. So don't take the adhesive off, just so you make sure you understand exactly how it goes on. Put it in the right spot and then put the factory screw in. And then just screw it in a little bit so you know this is the way it's supposed to fit. When you pull that adhesive off, you're really going to have one shot at this. So if you don't get it on there right, you can pull it off, but you're probably going to lose a lot of the power, the strength of the adhesive. All right, the moment of truth, I'm going to take this 3M tape off. They call this pad and this adhesive VHB. This part makes me a little nervous. I'm not really good at crafts and delicate stuff. I had to take my gloves off to get these adhesive covers off. All right, so they want you to use the screw as a guide again, the factory screw. Just to make sure you've got it in the right place. And then bring it down. When you tighten this up with the ratchet, you want to make sure that you don't over tighten it. There, in the instructions, they talk about you creating a recess by over tightening it. Just make sure it's snug. I'm going to press it down some more. The instructions say that it will not be of full strength until 18 or 24 hours. But the instructions also say go ahead and put the arms on and you can use immediately. They say just don't aggressively pull on the base. So I'm not going to put the track balls on and put all the hardware on and then start pulling on it to show how strong it is, because I think that's exactly what they're telling you not to do. You need to wait at least 24 hours before you put a lot of pressure. But again, they do say go ahead and put all the hardware on and you can use it immediately. I'm going to put the track balls on. Need to loosen it up with the Allen that comes with it to get it in the track. Okay, so we've got all three on. And then you can tighten it with the Allen. I'm not going to tighten it real tight right now because I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to place these things. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this is 67 Designs Series 55. So now I'm going to put the arms on, and you just take this wing nut and loosen it up to get it around the ball. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on the base right now, so and tighten the wing nut back up. I'm putting the wing nut on the outside so it'll be out of the way. Probably don't have to loosen these up as much as I am, but like I said, I don't want to be putting pressure on the base right now. And with the instructions, not only do you get the card with the QR code for installation instructions, but there's also a card saying that this mount in some states might be illegal, and that's your responsibility to make sure that it is legal, and also make sure that it doesn't interfere with the airbag. So this is the GoPro mount. Turn that this way, I think. And now the other phone mount. I don't know that this mount for the GoPro will do any better than the Rugged Ridge one I had in terms of dealing with vibration, but it is much further away from the window. And with the GoPro, I had a lot of problems with it overheating, particularly on a hot day. You've got all the heat radiating off the glass. I'm going to use the Allen to tighten up the attachments to the track balls. Feel really sturdy. I'm not going to pull on it. We'll let that adhesive cure to full strength, but it feels really solid. Get the GoPro mounted. Oh, turned it on. It's a little loose, so I went back, took the GoPro back off and tightened up the trackball. And it's a lot tighter. Oh, let's wiggle. All right, so let's put an iPhone on there. Feels really sturdy. All right, we got it on. Pretty easy. The part that makes me the most nervous is getting the adhesive on there correctly, getting it lined up. But as long as you use the screw as your guide, you're going to get it in the right spot, so it's not bad. We have a ham radio, but unfortunately it is not wide enough to work here. I wish it was, but it feels really sturdy. I'll shoot some video on our way out on the GoPro, going over some bumpy areas. We'll see if it's any different than the rugged ridge mount that we had. But I think it looks pretty clean. What do you think, Vicki?
Yeah, looks good.
So, you know, we both now have a place to mount our phones, which is nice. And looks good to go. So thank you for watching. And like I said, we'll shoot a little clip headed out. But I don't think we're going to have the problem with the iPhones popping out of their holders like it did with the other mount that we had. So I think it's definitely an improvement, and I think it looks pretty good. So nice design, I think. All right, well, I hope if you decide to get this, I'll put up on the screen the cost. These things are pretty expensive, much more expensive than the Rugged Ridge one that we had on. And I know there's another one that's similar to this. Don't remember the name of it. That is a lot less expensive, but I don't know how good the quality is. So these are pricey, and I'll know over time whether or not it was worth it or not. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right, this is our new 67 Designs GoPro mount, and I won't know until I edit whether or not this looks any better going over rough terrain. And this is just a fire service road up in Big Bear.